Hello YouTube, today we're gonna talk about the Rift. I'm gonna lay down the land on what we know so far. I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks. It's been a week and a lot of us has cleared it now, so I'm gonna share you all the knowledge I have gained. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you did. You have come with a lot of questions, and I think the biggest questions you have is in regards to gear and reset. So every week the Rift resets. The layout of the Rift, the traps you have, and the threat. The threat is what the enemies gain to become more powerful. Every single week the enemies gain threat, as you can see here. The threat increases their damage. It also increases how much mythical experience you gain to your gear and how many rewards the boss drops individually. You combat the enemy rift power with your own rift power. Now, the enemy rift power resets, but yours doesn't. Yours is there to stay forever. So if you have mythic gear or heroes, you will gain this permanently. And so the more you have, the stronger you are, but it only works for the Rift, of course. Your threat makes the enemies stronger, but it also gives you more mythical experience and higher boss reward drops. So as you can see here, I am on threat 370. I get 370% more experience towards my mythic gear and my heroes. And bosses drops 13 rewards. Now, the way you combat enemy rift power is by having your own rift power on your gear. So if you go in here and you look at my shoulders as an example, have 17 rift power. Besides the weekly reset, you also have these. You have keys and you have map fragments. They don't reset. Now, with map fragments, you gain free at the start of the week unless you already have some. So you only gain as much as you need to have free. So if you had one already, you would only gain 2. If you had 2, you would only gain 1. If you had 0, you would get free. If you have free, you would get none. Does that make sense? Keys, they persist throughout the week, so you will also have the chance to earn new keys. As you can see here, I have several places where I couldn't open doors because I was out of keys. So I guess you won't always be able to completely complete the Rift, right? So when it comes to making mythic gear and sacrificing items, you guys have a bunch of questions. First, does it reset weekly? No, it does not reset. Your sacrifices are there to stay permanently and will never reset. So you will continuously build towards making your mythic gear more powerful in Rift. The same goes for when you sacrifice items that has charms. You get to keep all the charms. It doesn't show it to you, but it just pops quietly into your backpack once again. So do not worry about that. Of traps that you can collect and use. As you can see here, I have a trap called Thorns. Increase critical hit damage by 100% for all combatants. You can both get negative and positive traps. And traps actually play a huge role in the Rift, choosing the right traps, because you can actually become a unstoppable god. Example, this one increases power charge up speed by 100% for all combatants. So you charge your heroes incredibly fast. You can also combine this one with 100% power damage to all combatants, and suddenly you just have heroes all the time that does tremendous amount of damage. So it is incredibly important to consider which traps you have. If you look at it here, the one you have in the top is the one that's going to rotate out. So if I were to go and collect a new trap now, I would keep these two and this one would disappear. You can only have a maximum of 3 traps at all time. So you also have to take into consideration when selecting traps that this is a thing. There is also places where you are forced to take a trap. This is only some advice I will give to people who are who can clear the rift. But there are places where fighting the bosses, in this case on realm 6, the boss was up here and you could actually jump to the next realm before fighting him. The more you have in threat level, the better you get, not the better, but the more rewards you get. So if you have the possibility to skip bosses and you know you'll be able to kill them without dying, it is highly advisable to do so. I did it for 3 bosses, I think, and I managed to get extra like 8 pieces of loot just because I did it like that. I hope you like this video. Please, if you do, like and subscribe. I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday at 21 GMT plus 1 or 12 PST. Do drop by and say hi. I'm always engaged in chat and try to answer all questions you have about Knighthood. I play Knighthood and other variety games, and it's really fun and enjoyable, so you should come and hang out.